When I got out there, the colonel called me and he said, Jack, you're the only man that's been in real combat with a camera. And I said, yeah, I know. I went all the way through Okinawa. He says, well, I tell you what. I says, I guess I'm going to career. He says, heck no, you're going to Hollywood. And I ended up in Hollywood as technical advisor on movies. John Wayne, but he wouldn't let me call him that. He made me call him Duke. And he signed a picture I shot of him that he liked so much. Actually, I ended up having to, I handed it to him and he said, hell, you don't know me as John Wayne. I'm Duke. And he signed it Duke. Oh, this was the horse soldier when they made it down in Natchitoches. Yeah.
How about Doris Day? Didn't you know her or something? You seen her sometime?
Yeah, I had a date with her one night. We went out to dinner and dancing. And I had a date with Natalie Woods once, too. Whatever.
Who was a better dancer?
Actually, Doris Day was.
Doris Day was a good dancer?
But the owner of the restaurant knew me, and he came over, and I introduced him, and he started hemming and hawing. And I said, I think he's trying to ask you to sing. She said, looked at him point blank and said, I'll sing for our supper. And he had to pick up the whole tab while we were there. I went to Africa with Neil Armstrong.
You did?
Yeah. I spent 18 days with him one time. He was doing a thing on poverty things. And anyway, he was a real neat guy. Oh, Rosenthal?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were out there when they dedicated that statue in Washington, D.C., and I couldn't get any decent shots. There were so many people out there. And we were having breakfast the next morning together, and I said, I didn't get any shots at all. He says, I didn't get many either. So we caught a cab and went out there, just he and I. Shot some. Oh, yeah, I shot hundreds of pictures of Elvis, yeah.
Where was that?
Well, at the Louisiana Hayride and different places he played in along the way. I met Elvis. I was covering somebody else on the hayride. I had to go from one side of the stage to the other, and I kept stepping over this kid that had a guitar laying down between the curtains. And after stepping over him twice, I stopped and I said, who are you? And he looked up and says, I'm Elvis Presley, sir. And that's how we first met.
He was sleeping there?
No, he was tuning his guitar.
Laying on the floor?
Yeah, in between the curtains. This is before he really got to be known. Johnny Harden, David Houston, covered all the Apollo and Skylab launches. So I'd be in the suit-up room and then up on the gantry when they got in the rocket. And each time we drew a different station.
Who were you working for?
Universal Science News. Well, Jim Godbout, who was photo editor for National Geographic, and I were real good friends. And when he retired, he formed Universal Science News. And when he tried to hire me to go to work for National Geographic, I said, Jim, I can't be gone 2 and 3 months at a time. I got a family. And when he retired, he called me and he says, can you be gone 5 or 6 days? And I said, yeah, I can handle that. Well, I just signed a contract with NASA to cover all the Apollos at that time. And so I said, yeah, I can do that. So we had a 5-man still team, but we covered the whole thing. And everything we shot went out, 18-picture package all over the world at the time. I went to Centenary College here, and I was going to law school in LSU, but the Shreveport Journal made me such an offer that I could go to college here and work the evening shift at the paper. And so I said, that sounds like a good idea. And so I went to Centenary. And believe it or not, just when I was getting out of Centenary, the Korean War broke out, and I had signed inactive reserve status. So I got called back in the Korean War.
Wow.
And that's how I got involved in movies. When I got out there, the colonel called me and he said, Jack, you're the only man that's been in real combat with a camera. And I said, yeah, I know. I went all the way through Okinawa. He says, well, I tell you what. I says, I guess I'm going to career. He says, heck no, you're going to Hollywood. And I ended up in Hollywood as technical advisor on movies. Oh, I did when we came back from World War II. We were in San Francisco, 3 of us. We were walking down the street. We decided to go to a movie. We went to the movie. And at the end of the movie, well, we got in the middle of the movie. And at the end, the curtains party, and this skinny guy comes walking out, and all these people started yelling. And we turned around and said, "Who is that?" And they said, "That's a guy named Frank Sinatra." And so we stayed over and saw his second show.